I'm Ronald J. Parson, resident artist here at Core Theater. Today we're going to talk about Mountaintop, The Mountaintop. It's a play that I directed a few years ago. And it's so funny because, you know, when I first read the play, I was like, because I got a copy of it long before it became this big successful play. And some people were sending me copies and I read it and I was like, nah. And then I got, you know, they asked me about it again, and it was a couple years later, and I read it again. She had made some changes, and I kind of fell in love with the play. It's funny because the mountaintop, okay, Martin Luther King, the mountaintop speech. So you kind of know where it's going to go, what it's going to be about. But, you know, Katori Hall, the author, takes a different turn with it and makes it, you know, I'm into the Twilight Zone. Everybody knows I'm a Twilight Zone fanatic. And of course, she goes into kind of a Twilight Zone thing where you don't know who this young maid is at the motel. Of course, it takes place in the motel where Martin Luther King stayed before he was assassinated. So you kind of know that aspect of it. But then let's just watch a little clip and you'll get an idea of what I mean by the Twilight Zone.
Love is the most radical weapon there is. But they won't listen. Instead, they have called me every name but a child of God.
Here we are in the hotel room. And Martin Luther King is working on a speech. He's working on the speech that he's going to make before at the church. And as I was saying, the Twilight Zone aspect of it is the young lady, you don't know whether she's an angel. And so you find out that she's there for a purpose. She has a reason to help Martin Luther King make his ascension. And of course, there's a lot of, I wouldn't say preaching, but there is a lot of exposition that lets you know that he was one of the greatest orators to ever live. Lisa Beasley, who was playing the young maid, her career was really boosted by this production. She was able to go on to bigger heights. She became a member of Second City, and this play actually catapulted her into a bit of success in Chicago. So yeah, for me, the Mountaintop was a great experience because, again, as I said, I wasn't too thrilled about the play, but actually getting into it and working on it, I found so many things that helped my spiritual connection to God or the spirit or whatever you want to talk about. But it took me back to that time when, you know, all of that was going on, and my set designer, the set was a duplicate, exact facsimile of the room. So that took us back. So it was a very spiritual experience. And again, it had Twilight Zone aspects in it, which I love. I always love going there. We tried to bring a magician in it to work a little bit, and we ended up doing our own magic. But it turned out really well.